Hi, I'm JP, Learning and Development Manager at Pure Retirement. Thank you for tuning into this video, where we're going to be looking at ways to help everyone recognise what stress is and how it manifests. There is sometimes confusion between the terms pressure and stress. While it is healthy and essential that people experience challenges within their lives that cause levels of pressure, too much pressure can be harmful and destructive to health. We often say, I'm really stressed, when we have a really busy couple of days with back-to-back meetings on one day and coming back to a full email inbox the next. But then, if in a day or so later you've caught up with all your work and are feeling good about things, what you've actually just described is being under pressure for a short period, not being stressed. Now, up to a certain point, an increase in pressure will improve performance and the quality of life. However, if that pressure becomes excessive, it loses its beneficial effect and becomes harmful. Negative stress is the reaction that people have to excessive pressure or other types of demands placed on them. It arises when they worry that they cannot cope. The pressures of working life can lead to stress if they're excessive or long-term. As we can see from the stress performance curve, we need a certain level of stress to perform well, as too little stress causes us to be inactive, while too much stress can lead to burnout. Physical symptoms of stress include headaches or dizziness, muscle tension or pain, stomach problems, chest pain or a faster heartbeat. And mental symptoms can include difficulty concentrating, struggling to make decisions, feeling overwhelmed, constantly worrying, being forgetful. Everybody has a different amount of stress they can cope with. We refer to this as your stress container or your stress bucket. Now, the bigger your stress bucket, the more able you are to cope with stress. And we can define stress as a demand made upon the adaptive capacities of the mind and body. As we mentioned, negative stress is when our stress bucket becomes too full and when our perceived pressures exceed our perceived ability to cope. Let's think of all the things in daily life which fill up our stress container. It could be a large workload, a demanding job, long hours, a commute filled with roadworks and traffic jams, the mortgage, bills and rising fuel and energy costs. It could be unexpected bills like the boiler breaking down or moving house, debt, relationships, health concerns, redundancy. Even our friends and family, even though we love them, can place demands on our time, for example. Stress can also be caused by our surrounding environment, what we see on the news or social media, and we all know how much coverage there has been over the past 18 months or so on COVID, and seeing a lot of negativity can be a stressor and detrimental to our mental health. If stress isn't managed correctly, it could lead to anxiety and or depression developing. And it's learning what works for you to open the release tap on your stress bucket to let some of that stress out. Now, we're all individuals, so there's no one magic fix for all. What works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. Some examples that may work are things like talking to someone, being active, listening to your favourite music, dancing in your kitchen like no one's watching, reading a book, meditating, or whatever you want to do to find some me time. I say go for it. Give yourself that hour. You deserve it. It's also important to understand the 4 pillars of resilience to provide the balance to life. They are mental, physical, social, and spiritual. When things start to feel out of control, focus on the things that you can control, like how you're going to deal with stress, or your diet, or how much you prioritise sleep. I'll give you an example. If you commute to work by car and get stuck in traffic jam after traffic jam, how are you going to choose to react? Are you going to get angry, shout at the other drivers, blast your horn? Can you feel your blood pressure rising just imagining that situation? So let's look at a different reaction. Can you control the traffic? No. Can you stop time so you're not late to work? No. Can you shout so loudly that all the other cars get out of your way? I doubt it. So what can you control? You can control how you're going to react. So ask yourself, what is shouting and swearing going to achieve? It won't actually make you feel any better. It'll raise your blood pressure and create stress and tension. So instead, try looking at it as, well, if I'm going to be stuck on this motorway for an hour, I'm going to do something I like. So, put on your favourite music and allow yourself to enjoy the unexpected gift of 1 hour's me time. Or, if it's safe to do so, make some calls. Let people know you're going to be late and rearrange your meetings. I'm sure they'll understand under the circumstances. So take a few seconds now just to list 3 things today that you can control. Well done. That's a great start. What you can also do is start practicing showing gratitude. Research indicates that showing gratitude can improve physical health, psychological health, quality of sleep, self-esteem, and mental health. So grab yourself a copy of The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, which gives you a different gratitude exercise every day for 28 days. Each one takes less than 5 minutes per day, and you see for yourself what a difference it makes. Start to think about what you're grateful for. You don't have to think too deeply at this stage. For instance, I start each day with, I'm grateful I woke up. I'm grateful I'm alive. Thank you for a new day. And I am grateful for that. So now again, take a few seconds to list 3 things you're grateful for right now. To build physical resilience, build in some daily exercise. Just 30 minutes a day will make a big difference. And it doesn't have to be a Joe Wicks HIIT workout. A 30-minute outdoor walk at lunchtime or after work is great physically and mentally. Ensure you prioritise sleep and get a daily routine going. And avoid caffeine and alcohol for a really good night's sleep. Have a healthy diet too. But don't cut out everything you love. Simply have a balanced diet and you can enjoy those treats guilt-free. Spiritual resilience is defined as the ability to sustain an individual's sense of self and purpose through a set of beliefs, principles, or values. So, doing something positive for others, like helping a neighbour by doing some shopping or gardening, or, even just having a chat with them if they live by themselves. And there are some ways we can release happiness chemicals to the brain, and this can be seen on the screen right now. They include things like finishing a task, helping others, running, even dark chocolate. To strengthen our social pillar, remember that us human beings are natural social creatures. It's how we've survived so long. So don't neglect this vital side of life. So video call your colleagues rather than emailing or texting. Call your friend or family member for a chat. It'll make you both feel good. Just make sure you're aware of the needs of others. So ask them how they are and make sure you listen. Finally, don't wait until things have become too much and your stress bucket is overflowing. Talk to someone as early as possible. Whether that be a partner, a friend, a colleague, a mental health first aider, or an employee assistance program helpline, or any other source of support that are appearing on the screen right now. Thank you again for tuning into this video. Click the link in the description for more wellness resources on our website. And if you want to see more mini webinars like this one from us, don't forget to like this video and subscribe.